Hi, this is Psych by Andre, where I do predictions of the future. If you like me to do prediction field, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder that we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark down your calendars for that. We got a interesting show today, so let's get started. No.
Well, you didn't put it in order then.
Let me help you. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Anyways, go back to the first one. Now, as for a little bit of a mix-up on the captions, which is okay. The first thing that we were that's as in the title today is something that me and the wife found at the bookstore. If anyone knows about The Economist, okay, this is the Elite's magazine. It used to come out one year. Okay. And that basically the title of our show today. And we got Team Dope. There we go. We got the right one. Awesome stuff. I must have put them out of order. Oh, well.
I typed it in.
Okay. So this is the one that kind of foretells the future of what the elites are doing to us, okay, around the world. Okay, so if you look at the title of The Economist, it's the Alternative World Order. And it talks about Russia and China being the new leaders of the world. So I thought it would be an interesting thing to look at that, see what the cards say about that in today's show. Okay, we all know that Russia and China have kind of teamed up loosely with many of the other countries that are out there that are part of the BRICS. Now, the BRICS consists of it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And if you've been following the news at all, that these countries have been kind of giving the middle finger to the United States and the Western countries, okay? Those countries have been buying up gold like crazy for the last 10 years, ever since the BRICS have been a thing, okay? So they've been getting ready for the financial collapse of the West, okay, which is based on the petrodollar, okay? A long time ago when they took the fiat currency of the United States off of the gold standard, they put in place what they call the petrodollar, which is all a combination of I can't remember the country. From Russia with love. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so Saudi Arabia, that was the country I was trying to think of. Now, the deal was from the United States that if they get all the oil from Saudi Arabia and other countries, that it had to be bought in American dollars. And this is why it's called the petrodollar. Okay. Not that long ago, okay, Saudi Arabia gave the middle finger to Biden and his organization in the United States. So this is where we're going to see the big ramp up of the drop of the American dollar. Okay, so they've been planning this for quite some time. Okay, so if you've been following the news at all, that Russia has now pegged their ruble onto the gold standard. Okay, so meaning it's probably the most stable currency out there at the moment because it's based off of gold. Okay, and not the American dollar. And this is why we're seeing a drop here in North America, unfortunately, of our currency, especially, United States and Canada. Our prices are, if you go shopping at all, the prices have gone up quite a bit. Okay. So let's have a look at what's going to be happening with the alternative world order, which they'll probably be the big team players for the next little while. Okay, I do see two separate economies going on at the moment, or in the future, actually. So let's have a look at that. So the new alternative world order. Lots of people coming into the chat. And some very good questions coming in on the chat as well. We got Team Dope from Twitch. Hello. And Nicholas is saying it's true that Russia has over 20% of the entire crypto capital. Okay. If we've been watching, Russia has given Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies the green light, okay, which means a huge boon to any cryptocurrency holders at the moment. Right now, the world economies around the world, it's like a pressure cooker, okay? And we're just waiting for it to burst. So if you're not into Bitcoin or gold and silver, it'd be a good thing to get into right now, okay? Like I've been saying for quite some time, there's going to be a rush to cryptocurrencies because the old system is dying, okay? And everything you see in the news, okay, from different countries and all this is people in power always like to stay in power. So they're doing everything and anything that they can to scare you out of cryptocurrencies and the new system because they want to keep control over you. Okay, one more shuffle, and then we're going to look at the alternative world order. Okay. Some interesting cards coming up. So, with this new plan from the BRICS countries, okay, you can pretty much call them companies, that the body of that is going fairly strong, but there is a lot of hocus pocus along the way. Okay, scare tactics. We got the magician in the body of that whole situation. So they got this plan in place, but I think it's not going to do everything that they had been saying that it's been going to do. And a lot of other YouTubers have been talking about this for years. Okay. So a lot of it's smoke and mirrors. Okay. Trickery, news media talking always the opposite of what it actually is going on out there. Okay. A lot of the things that were hidden are now being revealed. We got the moon card, which always tells me that everything that had been hidden from us regular folks in North America or the Western countries is now starting to be revealed, okay, to everybody, that there's a new sheriff in town, and that's Russia, China, Brazil, India, and all that sort of thing going on behind the scenes is now in the forefront of everything. So meaning, looking at the financial part of this whole scenario, it seems to be very, very good. A lot of things still hidden about it, but they're going to be revealed very soon. Okay. There's going to be a lot of partnerships with those countries behind the scenes because we got the partnership card, the Two of Cups, okay, and a lot of things going on especially with that war going on. They're going to be able to tame the old system and bring in new systems in place to help everybody out in a way. Okay. Unfortunately, China has its own ideas about how to run the new world. And of course, Russia is more of the better of the nice guys, bad guys. As I always say, Putin's always my favorite tyrant. He actually thinks ahead of everybody. Never play chess with a Russian because you're always going to lose. Okay, so these people are going to be having a lot of victories. Okay, going forward, as the American and Canadian, everybody that's attached to the American dollar is going to be losing for the next little while until the new system comes into play. And that's going to be very, very, very soon. Daisy Chain says it's going to be a golden age of 2020 or 32. That could be very possible. It's going to take quite a bit of time to bring in that new system. And that system is going to be based on real currency, hard currency, like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, when the old system crashes. And then we get the new system. And I think XRP will be the coin that banks will be using. Okay. So they're going to be charging forward with that. Okay, we got the Knight of Cups. Also with that, with the people that are associated with this whole scenario. So yes, there are going to be huge changes in world governments, and a lot of the Western countries are going to be making more and more deals with the new bloc, I guess we can call them. A lot of questions coming in, especially with the XRP. Watch one of my other shows about 2 shows ago, and we talk about that price of XRP and what is going to be happening with XRP in the next little while. Okay, so yes, that whole system, the alternative world order, okay, is going to be coming into play in a huge way, and it's going to be affecting the entire planet. If anybody knows anything about Putin, he used to be part of the elites in the Great Reset system, but now he's dead set against it since they tried to assassinate him a few times. So now he's doing everything he's doing is to eliminate that. Okay, I remember a great psychic back in the day, way before I was around, called Edgar Casey. And he talked about this moment in time of Russia being the thorn in the side of the Western world. Okay. And that was written right after World War II, I believe, that he wrote that. So back then, it would have been, what are you, crazy? Russia being the good guys? But as we're watching things unfold today, he was very, very correct. Okay. How did he know? Okay. So everything Putin and Russia are doing is to rid the world of the globalists. Okay. So interesting topic. Interesting thing to start off the show with. So yes, they are going to be a thing. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and there's going to be a lot of good changes that come about from that. Okay, let's get on to the next thing. Alliance block. My phone's going off like crazy. People.
Okay, I'm talking.
Oh, you're and the wife is on deck today. Thankfully, I can't. She's doing all great things behind the scenes. All I have to do is look pretty for the camera. She does all the heavy lifting in the background. We have a lot of people talking about different things. We got Super Whittle guy in the background here talking. Hey, everybody. So let's have a look at Alliance block token. Okay. and we'll go through these questions from people that have already submitted their questions previously, and then we'll get to the chat. So Alliance Block, it seems the body of it, a lot of things that we were planning on having success with have kind of fallen flat for whatever reason, according to the cards. What they thought was an end cycle, we got a 10 card in that body, will have to be rethought and replanned for the future dealings with Alliance Block, since they're trying to find new balance and their new place in the cryptocurrency world. We're going to see a lot of cryptocurrencies changing their direction to keep pace with everything that's going on, okay, and stay relevant in the new system. So we're going to see that with Alliance Black going forward. A lot of the schemes that they were thinking of working will work in the future. They're tactics, not schemes. Nothing nefarious going on here, but it's going to take a long time for those things to take off in the future. Okay, so we got many cards that are supporting that. The people that are involved with the Alliance Block feel a little beaten up because a lot of things that they were planning on doing kind of fell flat on their face, and now they're regrouping. So the cards are telling me about that. I'll just show you the card. It's one of my favorite cards. He looks rather beaten up. Okay, he's been through the grinder, and now they're going to have to recoup everything that they kind of were working on to move the system forward. It will move forward, and the price will get back up there. But it's going to be something of patience. Okay, buy it, sit on it, then just go to do your day-to-day stuff and not sweat too much about that. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Hollywood truths. That is a big topic that everybody's been talking about lately, especially with the Will Smith slap and everything, where we're starting to see beyond the veil of everything that's Hollywood. We're finding a lot of the information that was hidden for the longest time being revealed, okay, from Hollywood. The wokeness and all that sort of thing going on with that is being revealed at a big plot to change the world, and it doesn't lead to anything good. So let's have a quick look at that. And of course, a lot of the movies coming out are like, yeah. The odd Marvel movie is pretty good, but there's a lot of crap coming out, and there's no original ideas. And when they take a good idea and then they flip it around and make it woke, it just comes off as really, really bad. If you've been paying attention to any of the movies that have come out and the TV shows and the remakes of old TV shows, it's just getting really bad out there. So the cards are revealing that a lot of those things are going to be going away, okay? Because the money's not coming in from the viewers, okay? The customer is always right. Okay. And the mass majority of people are not spending their money at the theaters anymore because the movies are pretty bad. Plus, we went through the whole 2-year thing. Some of us are still going through that, which has been affecting the Hollywood money going into there. And then we got the Walt Disney thing going on. Their thing has been revealed. And I believe all that's going to be turned on its head and going back into the right direction and actually making good content and making good movies and TV shows and that sort of thing before they lose their shirt. Okay, because the money coming in is pretty sparse for the last little while. But I think when all these changes come into effect in another year or two, the money's going to start coming back in, and we're going to have to get back on our feet financially, emotionally, economically, and all that sort of thing. But a lot of people are going to have to be removed from places of power, or the people that are in power are going to have to change their mind 360, okay, to make this actually work. And that is going to be happening because the people have spoken. Okay, if people aren't spending the money to watch the movie, the people making the movies are probably going to be changing their ways because they want that money, right? It's all about the money. So a lot of the people are going to be revealed, and a lot of huge changes within that organization. The Hollywood situation is going to be changing quite rapidly because the new old system doesn't work anymore. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. IOTX. I'm thinking that's how it's pronounced. Okay. Team Dope says, Andre and wife, great team. The wife's name's Yvonne, if you'd like to know. I'm trying to coax her on to being a commentator on the side here, but she's co-host and she's a little shy, so that's okay. I'll be the face, and she can do all the work behind the scenes.
No work.
I do work. Don't worry. Now, IOTEX. It seems that the body of it is falling apart. We got the tower card, everybody's favorite card. Everybody goes, and falling out to the ground and everything blowing up and all that sort of thing. Yvonne should totally co-host. That's what Super Whittle guy says. All their schemes are falling apart for whatever reason, and a lot of the things that were smoke and mirrors. We got the magician card, but it's upside down. Okay, so everything is going to be revealed. We got the moon card, which is things in the great deep darkness coming to light. With that, beside that, so all the smoke and mirrors is going to be revealed as such. So meaning the price is going to be, do we really want to get into this coin? Because of all the things being revealed. They're going to be okay. The price is going to do this for the next little while. It's going to take them a lot of hard work to get back on track. And a lot of the people are going to be turning around and finding new ideas and new solutions to the problems that they were going through. So it's going to survive, not to worry. You just, again, have to be patient with these things going forward. Okay, so that was IOTEX. BTC 100,000. A lot of people have been talking about this one. Thank you, Peter. Yes, smash the like button and subscribe wherever you may be. Slowly gaining my Twitch followers. I got 9. Ooh. And to be a big wig in Twitch, you got to have 50. So that's okay. You can go to Psychic Readings by Andre and find all the links there. Okay. We got that website working, humming along pretty good. Okay. So let's have a look at Bitcoin 100,000. And yes, it will get to that level. I don't know if it's going to be this year or the following couple years. Okay. But it will get to that level because we got price shortage of crypto. Getting back to the Hollywood, a lot of the big Hollywood people are buying crypto. More and more news is coming out about that, where the big celebrities and the big wigs are buying Bitcoin like crazy and Ethereum. So when everybody starts to get excited about Bitcoin again, which they're not at the moment, the regular folks, there's going to be less and less Bitcoin on the exchanges. Okay. So supply and demand. Okay. So if everybody wants it and there's not a lot of it on the market, what happens to the price? Anybody? It's basic economics, right? Basic understanding of business. The price is going to go through the roof. And this is what I believe they're setting themselves up for, the elites, because they're buying it over the counter. When you buy it over the counter, it doesn't really affect the prices on the exchanges. There was a news story from one of my favorite YouTubers that I watch every morning, TMI, the modern investor that I watch every morning. Look him up. It's really good information. Keeps you abreast to everything going on in the crypto world. A lot of people are taking their Bitcoin off the exchanges and storing it. Okay, so there's going to be very small amounts of cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, on the exchanges. So when everybody gets excited about Bitcoin again, and they will, okay, and they go buy it, there's going to be very little. So everybody's going to be fighting over the small amounts of cryptocurrency that are on the exchanges. All the rich people, all the banks, all the countries, all the politicians are buying Bitcoin. Okay? Now there's a shortage of it. So the price will probably get to that $100,000, but not this year. I think it's going to be the following year when the old system collapses. It's coming very soon, and people get the idea, hey, we can use Bitcoin as money. Fancy that. So people will want to preserve their capital, fiat currency, because its purchasing power is dropping like a stone. If you've gone shopping, you've probably seen it now. It's something that I've been seeing for quite some time, that the prices in the supermarkets are going to go, right? So when that happens, it doesn't mean it's more expensive to create the item. It just means your fiat currency has less purchasing power. Okay? It's something people have a hard time wrapping their heads around. Bitcoin keeps its purchasing power and does much, much better. Bitcoin always gobbles up inflation. Okay? And this is when the whole shift is going to happen with Bitcoin. Regular people are going to get the idea, hey, you can preserve purchasing power if we put our fiat money into the Bitcoin. And this is what's going to spark everything. Okay. But I don't think it's this year. It's going to be the following year. Okay. That's an interesting question. Let's get on to the next thing. QKC. Okay. QKC. Don't know much about this one. Okay. But let's have a look, see what the cards say about it. Oh, okay. We got smoke and mirrors. Okay. We got the tower. We got a few interesting cards here. Again, everything that they were working on is kind of collapsing in on itself because the people involved in it did realize all the things that were going to happen now. So their plans are kind of backtracked for the next little while. So it's going to be suffering for the next little while. I think they're going to avert total destruction of their cryptocurrency by what they are doing behind the scenes, the programmers and stuff. And the people involved in it are going to be okay. They're going to be steadfast and keep things going. They're just going to have to relook at everything that is their system and keep pace with everything else. So not a bad cryptocurrency to get into, not financial advice, but again, it's going to be this waiting period till everything starts to, okay? The whole market is doing this, right? It's like shark's teeth or alligator teeth for the last little while, which I've been explaining for the last little while. April, May, I think it's going to start to go up a little bit higher than what it is now. Okay. And then it's going to be steps. Okay. It's not going to be full straight on up. It's going to be up. Do the wiggle line, up, wiggle line until everything crashes. And then we're going to have this mad rush into cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that was QKC.
So, do you want the ones from before the chat, before we started? Or just the ones now?
Just the ones now. That was the last one for today?
Yeah.
From previous?
Yeah.
Andre, what happened to the original Putin? As the current is a totally different person. Well, a lot of other readers have said, there's one in particular, and she says this about every politician that I watch on Beyond Mystic with Jean-Claude. What's her name? Janine. She has her own channel at Sending Ravens and tarot readings by Janine. She says everybody's been changed or has a duplicate or a clone. That could be it. That the white hats have been replacing a lot of the people that are world leaders. Somebody was saying that Justin Trudeau is a different person. Okay. And a lot of like Justin Trudeau, Biden, it doesn't matter. He's just a robot at the moment until the actual new guy comes into play, which is not going to be that long from now. If they, what's the American term, 23rd them or 24th them, get out of here. Many of the people around the planet, world leaders, have been changed over. So let's just have a quick look. Is it actually him? I think it is, but a lot of the clones that you see are probably because of security reasons, I'm thinking. Okay. It is a clone. The first card that came up is Ace of Pentacles, and aces always mean yes. Okay. He is still around. He's basically controlling everything behind the scenes and for security reasons because he's a really wanted guy around the politics. He's been using duplicates of himself to protect himself in case of a situation, right? So he is still around and controlling things behind the scenes. He's just using his duplicates to do things that are in high security risk. Okay. So a very interesting question. He's still around. He doesn't do all the work. I have 10,000. Which coin can I invest to make $1 million by December? Wow. That's a hard one. I'd say, well, Bitcoin won't be $1 million, even if you did 10,000 than that. And that's going to be the biggest mover of most of them. By December, I don't really see any particular cryptocurrency that can do that at this moment in time. Okay, sorry about that. Next. Gala Games will run on Flare. Both will be huge in a few years. That's a statement. Hbar and Flux crypto. How high will the price go over the next 3 years for each of these? Okay, dilly. Well, we'll do Hbar first. I'm thinking a lot of the things with Hbar are kind of not going to be as huge as you think, or a lot of people think. The price is going to go. So I think it's actually going to go a little lower than what it is today. I'd say about 2 to 3% from where it is now. Okay, for Hbar. Let's have a look at Flux. Hey, Brad, we got the Prad. Hey. So Flux. Seems that Flux is going to do rather well, actually, in the beginning, and then kind of drop off in the next 3 years because other things have been coming into play. So we're going to have a nice run up with Flux, and then for some reason it's going to drop off in that next 3 years. So if you want to play the market, that'd be one way of doing that. For some reason, I don't see it surviving in any huge way beyond that 3-year period. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Is the golden age? Yes. Is the golden age 2032, and what will it look like? Yes, for the time. Okay. What's it going to look like? I think it's going to be a lot of decentralized government. A lot of things are going to be decentralized and not in the power of one person or group of people. I think the new system is going to be coming into place that will benefit us and not the elites. Okay. They're going to still be around doing things, and they're going to be still being rich, but it's going to be a much better system for us where a lot of the things are going to be not centralized, decentralized. So any decisions on particular things that a government would normally do, okay, like highways and transportation, would be separated from the bigger hub of leadership, and more of the leadership would be in our hands by voting. Okay, we have the ability to do that now. Unfortunately, it's education of the masses. Okay, leaders can't do things unless the people allow them to, in a way. Okay, So they got to change the minds of all the people to vote for certain things to come into play. And then they can move forward. So they use brainwashing news and all that to get the people's minds thinking a certain way. Especially right now, I go to work and they're 90%, 99% of the people are still wearing masks. Even now, the mask mandates here in Winnipeg, Manitoba have been lifted. Okay. The brainwashing is still there after 2 years of saying that you need a mask, which it doesn't do anything. And there's this great threat here in Canada of an unseen enemy. And I don't think I can say the word, but we still got that brainwashing. So we got to reverse all that and give them good information. I think that'll be the new system going forward, is proper education for the masses. Okay, so that's basically what's going to look like after that time. Much, much better than it is today. Will Shiba lose a zero June? Oh, right. Shiba Inu is like 0.0000003. Okay, let's have a look at Shiba Inu. Everybody's favorite, I guess. I've done a reading about this previously. I can't remember exactly what I said. I think it was going to lose a zero, but I don't think it's by June. I think it's going to be a little longer than June, if I remember correctly. It has to go through some process that April 5th or something, that there was some huge things going on. And April 15th were some other interesting things happening to that platform. When they start to figure all that sort of thing out, then they'll start to lose another zero. But I don't think it's going to be in June. I think it's going to be August, September, somewhere in that time period. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Still a great coin and platform and all that, burying your bones and all that sort of thing. Where do you see the price of XRP going over the next 3 years? Now, we did a show 2 shows ago where we explained that the prices in the next 3 years is going to be, okay, it might get up to $5 to $11, okay. And then because it's attached to the Canadian banks and American banks and all that, it's a banking coin. When the banks collapse, the price is probably going to go really low, okay? And maybe pennies. And then when the new system is put into place, and I believe the XRP is going to be the coin that they're going to be using when the new system comes about, XRP price is going to be going up. Okay, I don't personally like XRP because of what it represents and who's it attached to, but it is a way forward for everybody in our world system. So I do see $11 to $12 at the most for the next 3 years. It's going to go beyond that after that, but in the next 3 years, I do see $3 to $11 in that time. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Do you see McDonald's restaurants going under? No, but let's have a look at the cards. Since we had the pandemic, that was one of the few places you could get food. The only unfortunate thing is for, well, here in Canada, or I can only speak about Winnipeg, Manitoba, they're having a hard time finding workers, employees. So that might take it out, but I don't think the need for McDonald's will diminish. It's just they wouldn't have enough workers because everybody's staying home for whatever reason. And the place that I'm working at, having hard time finding new employees because they all want to sit at home and collect the money from the government because of that thing we just are still going through, but for the last 2 years. Okay. McDonald's will be around. They got new strategies in place to keep it alive, but they're going to be taking a cut in the amount of money that they're going to be making, because when the economy and the purchasing power of your money goes flat or negative, not many people will be buying Big Macs. Okay? Everybody's going to rethink their purchasing in the next little while, which we already are. If you go grocery shopping or go shopping or to the restaurant, everybody's thinking twice about their purchases. And that will be the thing that they're going to have to deal with. I do see a smaller menu. Okay. So it'll be around. It's just going to be in a slightly different format than what it is today. Okay. Until the money gets better. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Will AOA Aurora crypto reach $1? I think that's on my big list, actually, for the next 3 years. Just now I got to think of something else to put for my next show. Thanks. No, I'm kidding.
You did it on Thursday, too.
I did on Thursday as well. The dollar thing. Okay. And I think I said it'll get to that dollar, but it won't be this year. It'll probably be in the next couple of years. So yes, if I remember correctly from that reading in the past and the cards I just put out, it won't be quite $1. It'll be a little under that. Okay. So it will go up, but I don't think it's going to be that dollar mark in that next 3 years. It's going to be a little beyond that. Okay, hopefully that answers your question, if I remember from that last reading. Hi, everybody. Please 3 card for my decision about my job. Okay. Lots of questions today, which is good. It's the right mixture for you going into this new thinking that you've been going through for your job. Be wary of the people giving you information because they have some scheme behind the scenes to make you fall flat on your face. Okay, the idea is good. It's just the information that you're getting about that decision may be off. Okay, we got the Fool card. And that I'm picking up that somebody giving you information about the situation may be off. Okay. We also got this guy stealing and trickery behind the scenes, stacking the deck in their favor. Okay. So this other person is giving you false information. If your understanding of that person or persons, then you can overcome that and actually do the thing that you're thinking of doing. Okay, so just be wary of that going forward. Hopefully that helps you out. Will Safemoon reach $1 in 2024-25? Lots of people like the Safemoon. $2024? No. 2025, 2026? Yes. Okay. Hope that answers your question. As a quick one, hey Andre, how many years do you feel Bitcoin will remain useful? 30? Yeah. More? Yeah. Will a credit-based system replace it? No. They're going to try with CBDCs, central banking digital currencies, I think they're called. We're going to see this huge shift. Okay, when the whole system collapses and they want to get rid of the money, actual physical money, and they want to control your money, they want to know everything that you do. They're going to bring out the CBDC, which is based on the old fiat currency, so it's basically worthless. That will fall flat on its face. Okay, the credit-based system. Cryptocurrencies will overcome that because people will start to see the value of cryptocurrencies. We may, for a short time, change our cryptocurrencies into that credit system to buy things, but it's not going to be around much for a period of time. Okay, we're going to have this weird transition time with CBDCs. So Bitcoin is going to be going for strong for many, 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 many years. Okay. Good question, Super Whittle guy.
Just a statement of that.
Did you see the Canada government budget? It includes the introduction of digital assets into the Canadian government and launched the CBDCs. If it's the budget, then it's going to be a reality. Yes, they're going to try to do that. It will fall flat on its face. Okay, because they're trying to do the Chinese thing of social credit system. They've had this for quite some time. Okay. How will Litecoin be used after the system changes? Will it be used as the main currency around the world? Does it that drive the price up? It like BTC? Yes. It's an easier currency to transact in for the moment until everything's on the Lightning Network, which I don't totally agree with, but it's a thing. It's cheaper, faster, and all that sort of thing to do transactions on the Litecoin system. And a lot of the new system is going to be based off of that and Bitcoin Cash going forward. So Litecoin will go up in price as it has been for the last little while. Not many people talk about Litecoin, but it's going to be very important into the future. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Hi, Andre. Hi. About reading on Twitter. Oh, yes. Jumping the gun here. I had that scheduled for a couple shows from now, but we can do it now. So if people are paying attention, Elon Musk has bought into Twitter. He's now, I think, the biggest shareholder. Let's see what will happen. Will it become a better? I have a Twitter account. A lot of the video. So if you want, go to secondreadingsbyandre.com. Go into the panel that has all of my social media, and you can click on the Twitter and join me there as well. I do lives there as well. So let's see if it's going to be better in the future since Elon has taken over. Okay, well, he hasn't taken over, but not completely, but he has a lot of sway. There's going to be a lot of confusion of what's going to be going on. And a lot of people are screaming bloody murder because he's joined this Twitter sphere. That long system of making it a horrible system, it's going to be flipped around and making it much better. We got the Queen of Swords, so it's going to be swift. Okay? All the changes that he's going to be bringing about are going to be very swift and for the betterment, not of mankind, but of the company. You have to remember, Elon's all about the money. He doesn't necessarily do changes for the betterment of the world. Okay. He just sees it as a business opportunity. What needs to change with Twitter to make it a viable company? He's going to do it for those reasons, not because of free speech or anything like that. So when all these change, I think it's going to start to be used more and more because more and more functionality in the Twitter's app is being revealed. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Well, another clairvoyance, we're talking about a washout at the stock out on April 30th, where a lunar eclipse will appear. Will this affect Bitcoin? Yes. It's going to be a moment in time when everybody's going to panic. And everybody's going to be selling everything that's not attached to anything. And it's going to drop because people need to pay their bills and they're going to need to buy the groceries and all that sort of thing. And this is the time, or from April 30th to and beyond, where people start to understand what the fiat currency is. It's a dead dinosaur, okay, that's still usable. People will start to realize around that time period that preserving your capital in cryptocurrencies is a good thing, but there's going to be this time period when it's going to fall a little bit and then pick up from there. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. We're almost at the hour. Thinking of buying a cabin. Got my eye on one. I'm going to take a look. I'm thinking of it as a rental property. Okay. Is this the one, or should I wait until next year after the correction in the market? Well, the housing market, we all know, is going to burst. Okay. So maybe waiting a little, unless you got the finances, wait till that happens. And then we're going to be buying things really cheap if you have the assets, okay, loose fluid assets to buy things. So me personally, I would wait, but let's see what the cards say, because you're going to be able to buy things really cheap, okay, because people, when it goes back to the bank, okay, they'll want to get rid of these assets because it's too expensive to upkeep. This is what happened in 2008, especially in the United States. I know a lot of people who made a lot of money buying properties, but you have to have the funds to sit on it for 7, 8 years until the market can start to come back. Okay, but let's have a quick look at the cards. Not at this moment. We got the 9. Ooh, look at that guy. He's not too happy. And we got this. So a little beaten up on the decision of going. This is for should you get it. It's going to be a lot more headaches than you thought it was going to be. I think waiting would be the best option for that. Okay, wait till the system starts to go flat, then buy, then wait till it gets back up there. Okay, hopefully that helps you out, Brad.
2 more things. This one and one more.
This one and one more.
Yeah.
Will my employer be closing our terminal and moving us to the terminal 25 miles north? Okay. Well, we got the tower reversed, so everything that you thought was going to happen and your management team was thinking of it was going to happen is not going to happen. Okay? It will not be the right thing to do in the future moving. So they're going to be realizing this fairly quickly, and they're going to back away from that decision. So I think everything that's in place now will be what it is into the future. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hello, Andre. I listened to you from Paris, France. Hey. Who is going to be selected tomorrow for a French presidential election? Probably Macron. Just saying. Is it? That's how we'll state the question to the cards. Will Macron get back in? I don't like him, but him and his weird wife. Yeah. He does get back in. Okay. But he's going to have. Yeah, Brad Hall says if Macron wins, it's rigged. He's correct. But everything's going to start to collapse on him. Yeah, will Macron bribe the vote? Yeah. People in power like to stay in power. And he's, he's one of those guys. And he's attached to, what's his face? The Great Reset guy. So, can't remember his name. Klaus Schwab. That's his name. And him and Trudeau are both students of him. And they're going to be holding on to that power for a long, 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 long time. Okay, as much as they can. So expect Macron to be in power. But with that, everything starts to fall apart for him because his stay is overspent. Okay? All the crazy things that are going on in France right at the moment are going to escalate a bit more. And I do see a time around the world where people are going to take actions upon themselves to do things about the politicians. I don't agree with violence, but I think that's going to start to happen very, very soon. I see a lot of rope being bought and a lot of ties swaying in the wind coming very soon. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Our hour is up. Make sure you check us out tomorrow on Sunday, 10 a.m. Central. Also, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do lives here at 5 p.m. Central. If you like a personal reading with me, you can go to secondreadingsbyandre.com. There it is. She's awesome. She's an awesome wife. And all the information's there to book a reading with me. Just give me an email and we'll set up a time and place. Usually Skype normally. And we'll get together with that. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies, especially from governments and politicians and other criminals, make sure you go to the Second Readings by Andre.com and go to the treasure link in the description. Okay, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'm always grateful for everybody coming out for the shows. It just makes my day. Okay, so make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.